Veterans transitioning into civilian life face many challenges, one of which is finding gainful employment. Hi, I'm Monta Williams, and welcome to this edition of Military Makeover Operation Career. Today, we're featuring 4 inspirational stories of veterans who reinvented themselves and are thriving in companies who value their unique experience and attributes. First up is Quest Diagnostics, one of the leading go-to medical testing labs for hospitals and physicians here in the United States. They recognize the valuable skills and expertise of our veterans.
We're in Tampa, Florida, visiting the National Operations Center of Quest Diagnostics. As the go-to lab for half the hospitals and physicians in the United States, Quest provides lab testing services to 1 in 3 adult Americans each year. Whether you walk through the doors of a Quest Patient Service Center or have your blood collected at your doctor's office, chances are Quest has processed, tested, and provided you and your doctor valuable health results. Quest Diagnostics proudly supports the men, women, and families returning to civilian life after serving in all branches of the United States Armed Forces. We'll first learn about the career that veteran Mandel Jackson has built for himself at Quest.
I've been working at Quest for just over 10 years. I'm responsible for neurogenetics, neuroimmunology, for the most part, anything that has to do with movement, illnesses that impact movement and cognition. One thing that you get a lot of in the military is ambiguity. That really helps me here at Quest, dealing with the unknown and having to figure out a way to effectively lead people while you do not know everything. It takes patience and calm and faith. I have 2 daughters. One is a freshman in college. One graduates high school this year. If I'm not at work, I am probably with my daughters. I served in the Army and the Navy. At that point, the Army had the GI Bill, so I used that to pay my way through school. I joined the Navy after earning an engineering degree. Next thing you know, I was going to Naval Officer Candidate School, realizing very quickly that I loved it, never looked back. I was a surface warfare officer. I served in San Diego, Long Beach, went to the Gulf, came back to Long Beach. My last job in the military was base closing officer for the Long Beach Naval Station. And it was at that point that I decided it was time for me to do something else.
My name is Jennifer Martinez. I work for Quest Diagnostics. I'm employed to lead and drive our inclusion and diversity strategy. Through our veterans employees, we get a sense of commitment and purpose that can't be found anywhere else. The more of that we can bring to Quest, the better we'll be for it. We have such an array of opportunities. If you were a med tech, we have a role for you. If you were infantry, we have a role for you. And we'll work with you to make sure that we maximize that transfer of skill set.
Autumn Church served as military police for the Army before discovering Quest Diagnostics at a hiring fair in Tampa. She joined the company in 2014, recently celebrating her 6th anniversary with Quest.
I was in active duty for 5 years, and then I transitioned over to the reserves for a couple of years. While I was on active duty, I was customs inspection and black market investigation for a year, and then when I transitioned back over to the States, I was in a combat MP unit, so we would train and we would deploy. Now I manage the National Logistics Operations Center in Tampa. I stay with Quest because I have an opportunity to grow and to be mentored. When you're creating a plan for a mission, you always consider what risks are you going to face and how do you mitigate those risks. When I say it's transferable from the military into the civilian life, it is transferable from the military into the civilian life. The things that you are trained to do that you don't even realize you do transfer so well. I co-lead the Veteran Employee Business Network. And one of the goals that we have, first, to hire veterans, second, to retain veterans, third, to grow veterans. So that hiring phase, we need to get out there. We need to get to those tables. We need to talk to these veterans. Veterans can ping ideas and thoughts off of each other. We have a page where we put all of the information in case you need to get a hold of different parts of the VA or vet centers. The suicide rate for veterans is extremely high. You know, they talk about 22 a day. That scares me and that hurts me because some of my closest friends have been part of that 22. You have such a sense of purpose when you're in the military. When you come into the civilian world, you feel like you lose that sense of purpose. When I came to Quest, when I started realizing how important the work that we do here was, and that every single specimen, every single blood sample is a life, and everything that we do is important to that life, that's my sense of purpose.
Quest admires the strong commitment and sense of purpose veterans display throughout their military career.
Every specimen is a life. That blood test might have been my niece.
What I love about Quest and the purpose is it's about quick, accurate, reliable results. I love that.